Welcome to episode 33 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It's Tuesday, people, the 27th of August, 2019. We know that anyway, Ben. And it is around about, what time is it? It's about 10 to 10 at night. I am doing this late. Not that I usually don't. I know, regular listeners will know. I usually do these quite late unless I've got a gig. I haven't had a gig tonight. But I'm doing this late because the fucking kids, the fucking little fucking brats, the little fucking people who fucking popped out of vaginas not that long ago are off school, and it sounds like in the day it's just screaming fucking kids in the street. I don't know what that's about. I don't remember screaming as much as that when I was a child. I don't know. Maybe maybe I was just doing it in my fucking head. Maybe that's it, but I don't know. Most of them, like, it sounded like today outside. Not that I'm recording them. Not that I'm saying that's a certain decibel level that I won't be able to give a quality sound to my podcast listeners. But yeah, the kids were fucking screaming outside my fucking flat today. I don't know. It's like they've fucking been out drinking. Woke up round fucking Bill Cosby's house. Just fucking screaming their heads off. Jesus, I don't know. Can't they just play nicely these days without screaming like they're being fucking tortured? I don't know. Maybe that's me just getting old. That's it. But yeah, so that's the reason why I'm doing it late tonight. It's fucking been boiling today as well. I've just had to switch the fan off. I've had the fan in the old Briggs towers going all... that sounded a bit radio, didn't it? Briggs. I've had the old fan going all day because it's been about fucking 80 degrees. So, and I've just had to switch it off now, and I am leaking bodily fluids from pores rather than anywhere else. Interested parties out there. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a busy one today. I haven't had a gig like tonight. Let's have a bit of tea. I don't know why I always do that. I'm only on here half an hour, and it's not like I'm fucking... It could be because I'm dehydrating while I'm taking the tea on tonight. But, yeah, so I haven't had a gig tonight. So I've been getting a bit of material written, and then fucking everyday life steps in, doesn't it? That's it, isn't it? Just when you think you've got a few hours in the day, everyday life fucking steps in and you have to do something. Tried to have a little kip this afternoon. Next door neighbour popped round. All right, you got a package for me? I don't tell them. I didn't want to say immediately, I don't take your fucking packages in, me old booty. I didn't want to say that to him. I didn't want to say I have a rule where somebody knocks on the door and says, can you take this package for next door? And I go, fuck off. Or make up some more polite excuse. Although, if I've had a kip or something, I wake up every now and again a little grouchy, so they get a bit of a tongue lashing. So I didn't really want to tell him that, but it turned out that it was one of the other flats had taken it in, number 8, as opposed to my number, which I will not give out over the airwaves because I don't want dog shit posted to me. Yeah, so they took it in, but I didn't want to say to the geezer, look, mate, I don't do that fucking shit. I know you take my packages in, which is your right to do so. And that is being a good neighbourhood citizen, but I do not choose to live by the same parcel rules that you do. So I tell people to fuck off if they come here, because I am not a fucking warehouse for Amazon. They've got enough money, surely, that they don't have to store packages round my fucking gaff as well without getting any fucking recompense for that storage space. Anyway, so yeah, so I tried to have a kip this afternoon and I ended up having 20 minutes. I like that. I like a nice little kip in the afternoon. I get used to it. So I'm like trained now that every day is like a fucking Sunday. And I have, or like every day is like Christmas Day. Without the fucking annoying relatives or having to go round to see a partner's fucking annoying relatives. Not anymore, baby. Anyway, free spirit. Anyway, so life got in the way a little bit today. I had to pop out this morning, take the old Blue Bullet in for a service, and no doubt get charged a fucking fortune for that because it's full service. I do about 30,000 miles a year, so I like to keep the old Blue Bullet a bit tuned up, baby. So I had to take that in, and they gave me a piece of fucking shit car. I've got a Peugeot, a W Reg. Now, foreign people, foreign listeners out there, people not of the UK, will not know how old a W Reg is. It's fucking old. Let me tell you that. They changed the registrations fucking ages ago, about 12, 15 years ago. Let's see how fucking old it is when it was built. Can you Google this? Let's have a look. Yeah, so it was like, it's a 2000. So it's fucking 19 years old, this car. It is fucked. I thought my car was getting to the stage of being fucked, but Jesus, I had to clean the window with the window washers this morning. Window washers? Yeah, that's right, isn't it? That didn't sound right for a minute. Window washers this morning, and one of the fucking wipers, all the fucking rubber just shot off. I went to lock it up as when I got home after taking my car in. It won't fucking lock, which was interesting because I had to go down the old fucking doctors today. So I just have to leave it unlocked and just make sure no one's going to fucking nick it anyway, are they? The most that's going to happen with me driving this fucking battered piece of shit fucking Peugeot 106 is the most that's going to happen is someone's going to break into it, take pity on me, and probably leave a tenner on the fucking seat. It's a fucking, oh, Jesus. It's a fucking death trap. I don't know how this garage that I take my car to, they're a fucking good garage, but I don't know how they expect people to come back alive and pay for their fucking bill after they've taken out one of their fucking hire cars, man. He said to me, which one do you want? Do you want the Peugeot or the other one? And he goes, oh, actually, I've only got the Peugeot at the minute. And I said, I'll take my life in my own hands and fucking take that fucker there, me old booty. I'll do that, shall I? See you tomorrow when I drop it off. Or, if you want, pop down to my funeral and get the fucking check out of my estate off my parents. That's what you can do. Fucking hell, Jesus, man. It's all over the shop, this fucking car. Anyway, so I had to do that. I bought that back. So I've got that until tomorrow morning when I've got to go and pick up my... get the old Blue Bullet back. Finally tuned up and purring like a little kitten. Hopefully, if I don't... unless they fucking destroy it like they seem to destroy their own fucking hire cars. So I had to do that. Then I had to go down the fucking doctors about the old fucking groinal situation. It's still going on. This is the ear saga all over again with slightly less fucking blockage or fluid that needs to come out. So, I had to go down there and I've got to go for a scan or something. I don't know, man. So it looks like I've got fucking hernias, maybe 2 hernias, something like that. I'm fucking collecting the fuckers. If anybody out there has suffered from a hernia, contact me immediately and tell me how painful the operations are, and more importantly, how much time you have to recuperate. Because you go online and have a look at it, and it's a fucking doomsday book, isn't it? Everything. You fucking Google online. I've spoke about this before. It's a fucking doomsday book. That's what it is. I know, Ben, you've just said that twice. Expand on this. I will expand on this immediately. It is. Every time you Google something, it's always fucking cancer, isn't it? That's it. Isn't it? Like, it's always, that's the worst. You go for the worst thing. You got a lump somewhere. That's fucking cancer. Definitely. Cancer of the fucking groin. I don't even know if that exists. I imagine so. It's within the body, isn't it? I think anything can get cancer apart from your fucking hair. Yeah, but it's looking more like hernia than anything dodgy. But I've got to go down for an ultrasound on fucking Friday, or I find out about the ultrasound. That was another thing, actually, about ringing my fucking doctors today. It's a fucking nightmare to ring them up anyway at the best of fucking times. Not that I'm complaining, our foreign listeners in the States, because in the States especially, I don't know about anywhere else. I don't know about your health systems. I could have Googled this, people, but I don't know about your health systems in, let's have a look, where else? In Spain, India, Vietnam. I don't even know if you have health systems over there. Singapore, South Korea, Hong Kong. Hong Kong should be all right. It used to be a British colony, didn't it? So their fucking health should be all right. Or Dominican Republic, Ireland should be all right. Any of you guys out there, Japan, whatever. I don't know what your health system is fucking like out there. But ours over here is free. But that comes with the fact that you have to wait on the phone. I know. First world problems. That's what I'm saying. You have to wait on the phone for about fucking 40 minutes doing the old fucking countdown with the old the automated message. There are 5 people ahead of you in the queue. What that could mean, there's thousands. And then you suddenly get down to 4 and you start getting all excited and you're like, oh, right, I'll start paying attention now. And then 3 and 2 go really quick and you're like, fuck me, any minute now. And you get that thing, don't you? Because you want the emergency appointment. That's what you're going for. You don't want to be put in for like 2 weeks. So you're sort of like, you start rehearsing. When you're at 2 people in the queue, you start rehearsing a little bit, don't you? Sounding a little bit more pained and aggrieved than you probably are, just to fucking try and make the grade. Make the grade that seemed that's to be deemed acceptable to have an emergency appointment. So I slathered it on a little bit, although genuinely it was quite painful today and I was struggling walking a little bit. And I made the grade. But the thing was, as soon as I went straight through, there's a fucking automated message now on my doctors. That I've been with them for fucking like since I was a kid. Obviously I was signed up by my parents or whatever. Although they've bailed and they're now like in a better in a better place. That sounds like they've passed on, doesn't it? In a better doctors and left me fucking all alone with this fucking ridiculous answer machine system that they've got. But now they've changed it. So you have to fucking apply online. So you fill out a thing online, and then that's what the receptionists are doing now. They're just diverting you to that. So I managed to skirt around that issue by saying, all right, well, I haven't got internet access today. I'm having my internet's down, so that's why I'm ringing up. And then she kept making a point. She made it twice a point saying, well, the next time... if you register online and go through that, and that's how we're doing it now. Well, you know, you've still got a phone number, haven't you? I'm still going to fucking ring you up. I didn't tell her that. Obviously, I'm just going to use the same fucking excuse every single time because I want to talk to a fucking human being, not a robot. Although, oddly enough, she was quite robotic the way she kept trying to drag me onto the internet. Like she was fucking grooming me. Ugh, tea. Right, yeah, like she was fucking grooming me or something. That's all they want to do, innit? Just employ more fucking people to take the fucking phone calls. Or, here's a fucking thought, don't keep adding people to the fucking patient list. I know. Like doctors are overworked and things like that. But, you know, you turn up at 20 past 9 at your fucking appointment and you don't get in till 10 o'clock. How is it running that late, that quickly? It opens at fucking 9. How can it be running an hour late within that 20-minute space? Fucking hell, man. Anyway, I don't know. I went there. I got the appointment. I met a fucking weird old boy in the fucking reception. There's always somebody who wants to be your fucking friend in there. Everywhere you go, somebody wants to be your fucking friend. You know, I'm not here, me old booty, to listen to your fucking shit just because all of your friends are dead. I'm sorry, your friends are dead. But you should have prepared for this. You know, that's what everybody does, isn't it? Most people do that. Prepare for being alone when they're older. You start off, don't you? You start off in your teens when you're at school. You have fucking shitloads of friends. You get rid of a few of them after you go to university or you start work. You keep in touch with a few. Your 20s, 30s, you know, you ditch most of them. Most of them are gone. You've got a couple of friends left. That's it. That's preparing you for when you're in your 60s and 70s and everyone's dead and you're just on your own. This is a guy who never prepared for that. And just everyone he met, he started talking to, and then he started talking to me. It was weird. It was about an 80-year-old guy with a fucking weird moustache. One of those fucking shaved, thin, like he was a fucking bomber pilot in the war or something. One of them shaved, thin, fucking just above the fucking lip that doesn't go all the way up to the nose. One of them tashes. And he was wearing a fucking white baseball bat, a cricket jumper and shorts, and he just looked ridiculous. And then sandals and socks. And I felt a bit sorry for him, but not that sorry that I made myself easily accessible or even particularly amenable for him to talk to. You know, that's what the doctors. That's probably why it's running an hour late. He's in there chatting about his fucking dead friends and where he got his fucking cricket jumper from. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I had to go in there. So I got to go. The doctor was all right. It was quite a nice old boy. Felt around the groin area. Nothing disturbed. Didn't start fucking wanking me off or anything, which is a good thing. I'm not sure the finger's meant to go up the arse, doctor. I've Googled this shit. That's what. That never happened. But yeah, I had a feel around there and said, well, it does seem swollen. I had it could have quite. Well, the point I'm trying to make is it could have quite easily turned into a carry-on film with the amount of things he said. But I bit my lip. I took another man's hands on me like a man, and then did myself up and felt a little bit dirty afterwards. I felt a little bit violated, but apart from that, yeah, I've got to go down for a scan or something like that, an ultrasound, so they can see if my fucking balls are pregnant. I imagine that's what they're looking for. So that's going to be in about 3 or 4 days. Not that you give a shit. So that'll be an exciting episode, going down there and having fucking that cool fucking gel sprayed, slathered all over my nether regions, and then having something ran over it. Yeah. So that's the upcoming fun I have this week. Gigs at the weekend. I spoke to you on Saturday after the Friday gig in Hull, after the fucking hell weekend. I did Ipswich on Saturday night, which the journey down was a lot more fucking comfortable because I managed to take a fucking ice pack with me. That's what I'm doing now, driving around with an ice pack on my balls. Just driving with the ice pack. Yeah, Ipswich was all right. It was a bit quiet. It had the potential to be a fucking shit fest. But it was a free gig to get in. I don't know why they did that on a Saturday night. and it was a town centre pub. At one point, there was a fucking stag do that walked in, which was the fucking saddest stag do I've ever seen in my fucking life. There was 4 middle-aged men. It was clearly a second marriage. You know, he's not going out. He's not going to Vegas. He's done all that shit. This was a second marriage. This is a I don't want to die alone marriage. That's it, isn't it? When you hit your fucking 40s, one marriage has gone down the tubes, the love of your life. And you just think, well, she seems strong enough to be able to clear all my possessions out of my house. This is the one for me. Yeah, it was the fucking... They were the straightest fucking people I've met. And I don't mean that in a sexual way or a sexuality way. I mean just they were wearing fucking, you know, chinos and fucking golfing jumpers. That's what they were wearing. You know, I'm surprised that old geezer I saw at the fucking doctor's earlier would have fitted in a fucking treat on that stag do. And then, as if they've made a little nod towards having a crazy time on their stag do. One of them, the stag was carrying around a blow-up sheep, just random, but it just looked so out of place when they went up to the bar and ordered like 4 pints of the closest thing that they could get to reallow out of the pumps or whatever it was, and they casually just put the blow-up sheep on the, you know, it was a half-assed attempt at a stag do. Most stag do's, it was a very reserved sort of stag do as well. But they just walked in at one point. There was random people just walking into the gig. Had the potential to be a fucking nightmare. But it went all right. And by the time I went on closing it, the audience were quite up for it. And there was no interruption. So it was quite nice, to be fair. So that was Saturday night. Sunday night I was in Cambridge, which was it was a fun gig, but only because it was kind of painful fun. There wasn't many in. It was fucking hot Sunday. It was an early start. I think the gig started at 7:30, and the audience were quite quiet. Students, they get a bit fucking twitchy, don't you? The old students. Oh, I don't really know who I am, and I don't know whether I should laugh at this or not, because I don't know if this bit's offensive, or I'll have a look round and see who's laughed. Oh no, he's moved on to another bit now. I'll have another look round and see. Hey, just be who you are, students. Get to know yourselves. Relax a little bit. Not everyone's judging you on shit. So yeah, the old students were a little bit twitchy, but they were all right. But there was one woman in that gig who was at the back, and she was like, she must have been about 60, and she fucking hated me. Everything that come out of my fucking mouth, she was just glaring. Which is nice, because what I do, I just direct then every fucking horrible punchline towards that person, just to see them fucking cringing even more and more and hating me more. I don't know what that is about me, why I do that. There must be some sort of repressed thing there. Maybe I like people fucking hating me. I don't know. Yeah. It was fucking directed right at her. Everybody else was pretty cool. I did address the issue about the woman there. I think I said something like, you look like fucking, you know, like a disappointed mother. You look like I've just brought home a girlfriend that you don't approve of, but you're trying to be fucking nice. And then afterwards you'll just say, I don't think she's for you, and then walk out. But she was all right after that. She loosened up a little bit after I fucking took the piss out of her a little bit. But it was just a quiet gig. They were quiet from the start with a compare and everything, and I was on first. I was opening that gig. So, yeah, they were a little bit quiet, and apparently they were like that all night because, yeah, I messaged the MC just to see what the rest of the night was like, just covering my back, saying that's what people do, don't they? When they think they haven't done a brilliant job, you just email them going, oh, thanks, the gig was really lovely. What was the rest of the gig like? Just out of interest, did anybody else fucking struggle a little bit? Or was it, oh, everybody else struggled? Oh, that's great then. It's not just me. It's not just me. Ego intact. Everybody fucking does it, man. Oh, man. Yeah, so really just been fucking doing house jobs. Paint. That's what I've been doing. Fucking paint. This is another thing. Like fucking doctors' waiting lists. When the fuck did they start making paint, I imagine, out of gold leaf? I imagine it must be made out of fucking gold leaf because the fucking price of fucking paint these days, I know. I'm talking about normal paint. You know what I mean? Painting the doors, skirting boards. I'm not talking about fucking Salvador Dali shit or anything like that. Fucking hell, man. I've had to buy paint to fucking do my front door, which every time I go and paint it, it's a fucking red hot day, so I can't fucking paint it because it's south facing. Somebody's taking notes on this. He lives near a flat number 8, and it's a south facing flat. We'll track him. But yeah, so, yeah, I had to buy some paint. It worked out about 30 fucking quid. Jesus Christ. I should have fucking 10 years ago stocked up on fucking paint, and I'd be a fucking millionaire by now. I'm seriously considering scraping the shit off my skirting boards and selling it secondhand. There must be a secondhand fucking market for this shit. People just standing on street corners going, you want some fucking Ronseal, son? You want some Ronseal? Yeah, it's fucking worth a fortune. And it's fucking shit these days as well. That's something else I've noticed. I bought, what was it? Fucking Dulux fucking paint. I spent about 17 quid on a fucking little pot of that. And it's fucking like, it's like fucking water. Since the fucking, I tell you what, since the fucking EEC, I don't know even if that exists anymore. Since the EU regulations come in where they've taken all the shit out of paint and you can't fucking have anything that's toxic in there because it'll kill a fucking, I don't know, kill a fucking baby seal or something. The paint quality is fucking wank. Surely it's worth sacrificing some, just like an entire species, just so we can get decent paint back again. Is that not something we can do? Just what, you know, a lesser species. Not something cute and popular like dogs or cats. You know, just something ugly and fucking, like a praying mantis. Can't we just sacrifice those, or whatever animal it is that's not too cute. Sacrifice those just so we can have fucking decent paint back again. The amount of fucking money I've thrown away. It was like fucking milk. Dulux need, the fucking people who produce Dulux paint, I imagine it's Dulux, unless it's fucking Johnson & Johnson. They're all owned by the same fucking shite. Aren't they these days? Needs fucking shooting. Give us our chemicals back. Not many people. We want lead back in paint. Not many people are going to answer that call to arms, are they really? It's fucking expensive and it's fucking shit, and it just takes you. I feel like I'm like the Bristol Bridge. Don't they? Like with my front door at the minute, don't they start painting it, complete the Bristol Bridge, and then have to start fucking painting it again? That feels like what it's like with my fucking front door at the minute. Like, I think I painted the front step last year and it's fucking already split out as well. That's Wick's own paint, that is. Don't buy that shit. It's fucking wank. crown paint is fucking wank. I'm on, what have I bought this time? Ronseal. I know. It's meant to do exactly what it says on the tin. If it says it fucking blisters within a year, then I'll fucking agree with them. Anyway, that's that little fucking rant about that. Killing animals. Hey, that's what they've been doing in Brazil, isn't it? Torching the fuckers. That's another thing that's been going on this week, isn't it? The old, the lungs of the planet, man. They're on fire. They've been smoking a few doobies. But yeah, the fucking Brazilian rainforest fires going on. That was one conspiracy theory that I saw online this week. I don't know if you saw that either. That the indigenous people, I don't think they're called Indians, are they? Indigenous people of Brazil, the people who are indigenous to Brazil, who live in the rainforests, who would formerly, the indigenous people formerly known as Indians, I imagine, which is not the case anymore. I don't know. Is that right in Brazil? I know it's not right in America. They're Native Americans. Native Brazilians, aren't they? Or they were the ones who got there first, weren't they? They were the ones. That's what they should be. Because nobody's really native to America or native to Brazil, are they? They were the ones, the winners of the race who got there first before white people. And then white people discovered them, didn't they? And that's the history of it. Isn't it? That's the history of it, isn't it? People lived there for thousands of years and then white people just discovered this place. Turned up, shot them all, gave them a load of disease and said, right, you're working for us now. And they say, well, we don't want to work for you. And, hey, man, it's a job for life. You're doing that. Anyway, the native people of the Brazilian rainforest, I'm only fucking around calling them Indians. The native people of the Brazilian rainforests were apparently, this is one of the conspiracy theories I read online, so it must be true, were given, well, I did see reports of this, actually, in proper news places, not just like I'm a fucking mentalist who wanks in the basement at my mum's flat.com. They were given by the government, apparently, not given, because the government didn't what am I talking about? The government didn't want them to have it, but they won a law case, a case to be awarded basically the land that they've fucking lived on. That's what it's come to now. It's happening in the courts. These people have got to go to court to live on the land that they've always lived on. But they were awarded a certain amount of land within this case. And the government aren't too happy about it. The fucking, I think he's a bit of a fucking right-winger down in Brazil. And they're not too happy about it. So one of the conspiracy theories is that they've fucking just lit the fires themselves, the Brazilian government, and then gone, oh, fucking hell, I can't believe all that. I don't know if it's the same land that's on fire that's been given. That's the only thing I couldn't. I mean, it's suspicious. If it's the same land that's been given, they've just gone, well, there you go. You've won your court case. There you go. There's your new land. By the way, you're going to need a fire extinguisher. Because they're, like, obviously wanting to sell off all the fucking land and grow soya or whatever the fuck they grow down there. Soya in it, soya plantations or something like that. Anyway, it's fucking suspicious as fuck if it's the same land. I don't know whether it is. I cannot confirm or deny on the podcast. But yeah, that's apparently what happened. And now the government have denied any help from the G7 summit or in combating the fires because they say they've got it all under control. But I don't know, man. There's something fucking dodgy going down there, isn't there? It sounds dodgy. You know, like, why would you, you know, and they're saying it's like colonization. Hey, why? They've got an issue between the French fucking president and the fucking president of Brazil. And there's an issue there. And all this time, fucking insects, rare insects, or whatever the fuck lives in the Amazon, are being toasted. So, and these people's land as well. So that they've just got, hey, look at our new garden. Oh, fuck, it's ashes. So that's some sort of conspiracy theory I've read this week. Holy fucking shit. We're on 35.5 minutes, people, already. Fuck me. I've spoken some bollocks on this episode. What have I learned from this episode? I'll tell you what I have learned from this episode. Fucking hell. The NHS is on its knees. That old poster. I don't know. It's fucking hard to get a doctor's appointment without having the fucking internet. That's how they're trying. That's what I've learned this week. They're trying to get rid of old people. That's it. Because they'll never be able to go online and get a fucking doctor's appointment. That's how they're getting rid of them. Isn't it? People, you're outstaying your welcome, old people. That's one thing I've learned this week. Another thing I've learned this week. Learned this week. If you are awarded land in Brazil, bring a dustpan and brush with you when you go on the land. Fucking hell, Jesus, and a fucking fire extinguisher. Maybe a fire alarm as well. You never know. This has been episode 32 of the Ben Briggs podcast. You have been listening to. You can subscribe or leave us a review on the Apple Podcast website or the Podbean site as well. It's just the Ben Briggs podcast if you search under those. If you want to message me, you can message me on the Ben Briggs podcast Facebook page, which, if you search Facebook, is under at the Ben Briggs podcast, or you can message me direct to my website on podcast at benbriggs.co.uk. Have a great week, people of the world. And I shall be back on Saturday with another half an hour of dribble, and I'm going to start doing something else as well with the podcast. I'm going to be throwing in some other little bits in between me talking. So that's going to start happening on Saturday. So until then, have a good week, people. I'll speak to you then, motherfuckers.